Hey guys, welcome back. Well, in the last video with this power tiller, we confirmed that the engine runs and seems to be running well.
In Kenny's clacky garage, we're making it right.
On knocking sounds, it sounded pretty good, but it would be also very nice if it would stop. But the stop button is... It stopped. It stopped working. Come on, stupid. Stop. Stop! Stop, stop, stop. Quit your stupid dad jokes. Well, I would love to have this button working, if possible. But, yeah. I guess to... Yeah, I don't really know. Can I... Does this turn? Is it screwed on, or do I really have to take off the fan shroud? No, I just want to try really quick to see if that's a knob that can be turned, or what the deal is. That crunching sound, that's just my finger. I don't know if you could hear it, but I certainly felt it. Now, I'm not going to go too crazy. No. Nothing's happening. Also like the button to not break. Well, are we going in or what? Yeah, we might as well. It could also be a good idea to see if there's a mouse nest or something in there, because I don't know. Now, to get the fan shroud off, I guess this is the bracket for the fuel tank, and it's it is on the outside of the fan shroud, so I guess I have to take off the tank. And to take off the tank, I might as well drain it. It's a shame because there's a lot in there. This is actually pretty clever. Call me stupid all you want, but I have never seen it before. This has two pickups, and that is pretty genius because the tiller I have is a Chinese machine with a Honda clone engine, where when you're in the ground with the ass end of the machine, the pickup stops picking up fuel once you get below half. This is pretty clever. I've not seen it before, so brilliant. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to take off the tank and drain it. I'm just gonna use the drain on the carburetor here. I wonder what this wire is for. Is that the shut off? Is it broken on the inside of the fan shroud or something? Might be. Well, we'll have a look at that in a minute. I'm just gonna use the drain on the carburetor here to get rid of the fuel and hope that this jug is enough. This is you do something else. Can I get one of the fuel hoses off without destroying it? There we go. Actually, this wasn't really thought through. Well, I'm draining from both lines now, which really wasn't my plan, but I guess one of them stops at a point. Well, I think I'm pretty safe to say that we do have fuel. This one, this time. How big is the tank? I didn't check the filter, the air filter, so I might as well. I have one hand free, so why not? I think this is supposed to be an oil bath filter. Looks like there's something about a level here. I think we ran out of fuel in one line. Yeah, I guess. Not too bad, I guess. Yeah, it is an oil bath filter. We have had some moisture, I think. Are we out of fuel already? I guess we're out of fuel. Somewhat. So what's that? A 10-liter jug. What's that? 2, 3 liters. Are we all out? Yeah, I guess we are. Well, the fuel tank doesn't actually look too awful bad. There's a couple of leaves or something down there. I don't know if you can see that. Or is it rust flakes? I don't know. But overall, I think the tank looks pretty nice inside. So it's just the outside that's been exposed to the weather and stuff. But that's just the nature of the beast, I guess. So, just gotta put this back again. We will take a look at this further later. So the fuel tank should be empty now and ready to buzz off. Yeah, that one went fairly easy. Now, a couple of screw bolts. That's the fuel. Yes. Uh-oh. Why is this so heavy? That's stupid. Uh-oh. We got more fuel. Well, that tank is really, really heavy for some reason. Now, what is this? Something you turn off from the plug? Well, I guess we're gonna hold on to that one. Should I check its spark plug now that I'm here? Finally. It's a NGK plug. Well, I guess it looks alright. I think the fella I bought it from, he took great care of it, but just didn't have a use for it anymore. So, where were we? I hope this is just surface rust. So do I need to take this bracket off? I might also take this two post here. I will take them off also. I'm just gonna give myself the best chance that I get. I'm not getting false shoes. We've got a ground connection here for something, and maybe those belong together. I don't know what it is, but oh well. I think this is number. The other side was sexual button on, so I might be able to remember. This one's already used. So that was that's good. It's not PT2 from top, but I'm going here, right? Or so we'll take it again. Stop. I'm just going to jump out by doing these. Similar. Oh, just like piece of break. I don't know that. Okay, two short one, two long one. Remove this bracket. And the short valve. Just hang on. Those short cover. Fine. So now, wait up. Oh, this is really, really tight. There we go. What else? Come on down here with the ground connection. Oh, also super tight. So you weights. And the one here. So same right to that. Oops, sorry, it's on okay, so the side one is on this screw and the other so now, is the pull start. Okay, right, or and then this one there also. Okay, can you see what the camera then? What's the thing? Yeah, let's do here. I can see it. Maybe we'll also take. Let's be an screw here. We'll take off the. Let's take. That one. Okay, so we're cleaning the camera, but yeah, maybe just. Okay, go again. But so far, things are coming apart. Nice and easy. So I'll let this one out. And the one there. In a minute, I'm going to screw the other one. Oh. In this way, just a minute ago. You take. Oh, this looks really gross in here. Oh, wow. It looks like puke. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Great. Well, that's right. Otherwise, I'll still get to this screw here, but then just finish on it. Oh. Oh. And this. Screw that. Still going. And finish right. Right there. Is the screw right there. Oh. Ah, there we go. So. This is going to come off now. There we go. Ah. Well, I see how this works. The push button is just activating a piece of metal that then should short out the coil. Here somewhere, I'm guessing here or something. Well, while we're here, we got a little bit here. Is this loose now? Not completely. We've got a bolt there. Yeah, well, I might as well take it off. Maybe it's full of junk. There. So, well, not so bad, I guess, for standing. I don't know how long. Got something there. And just some spider webs and stuff. Nothing too awful bad. Can you see that one? What are those called in your language? Here in Denmark it's called an ørntwist. And I don't know if I translate directly, it is an eagle twist. I don't know why it has gotten that name. We also have an animal directly translated will be a bench biter. And that's a little... It's the insect's world of an armadillo, I guess. Well, screw that. Now, this stop button, it really just goes through the metal here, so I guess it just needs lubrication or something. Well, I got the stop button pushed in. Now I can't get it back out. I got it pushed in by lubricating and a tiny bit of heat, and then 1000 love taps with a rubber mallet, and now it's stuck in the in position, so that's just perfect. So I got it clamped down here, and there's a little groove here where I think some oil can lie and soak. So I'm just gonna, once in a while, give it a bit of oil. And then, I mean, it has moved one way, so it has to be able to move the other way, right? My dream, not dream, that's a big word. I drilled out one of the rivets so I could turn the metal, and I thought that maybe I could push it all the way through and then clean the bore, but right now it's just stuck right there. I wanted to back it out again so I could maybe grind a little bit with a piece of sandpaper, because there's some bores and scratches on the outside of the knob, so I don't think it can come through. So while that is soaking, I'm just gonna look at something else. I've made a little list here of things I want to do, and the next thing on the list is the throttle cable. Now, the throttle cable. The handle, I believe, is broken, but that's not right now. But the handle does turn. The cable does not move. So maybe it's just rusted in place, could be. Or we got something going on down here. Now in behind this magic box, I believe there's some linkages and stuff that is controlling the governor, because the governor arm is over here, so the governor, or if it's anywhere, if it's anything like a lawnmower, then there's a sprocket with some flyweights that is pushing on an arm on inside the crankcase. So I'm just gonna take off that little cover there and see what we got in there. Maybe I can release the cable and take it off and maybe get it moving. That's my hope anyways. That's good. It's a nice sound when a screw or bolt releases, isn't it? Uh-oh. I think I'm gonna need to be where you are. That went good. Now oil just gonna start pissing out. No, luckily. Okay, there's spider webs in here also. That's just perfect. That must mean that this has been broken for quite a while. Well. Let's see what we got. Yeah, well, the governor is moving. Oh, this assembly in here, anyways. There's also a wasp. Is it dead? How did it get in here? Ah, there. So, well, it's the cable then. How do I get that out? Is it jammed by that little bolt there? Uh-oh. Well, that's just an end of a cable shoved through this thing. Okay, so I could have just... Let's put it back on again. I could have just pulled it out, I didn't know. So these two bolts must be adjustment for high and low speed. Great. Now the cable. Maybe I can just change the inner cable and leave the outer cable. I've done that on quite a few lawnmowers, so if that's a possibility, then I'll take it. So I guess I just undo this screw and then, well, that's really simple if it's the case. Now will you look at this? The cable freed up by looping it and putting one end in the vise and pulling on the outer cable. So as of right now, we do have a throttle, so that's fine. I'm still working on the shut off. Yeah, it's not budging, not yet anyways, so yeah, let me just cross off my list, throttle cable. Yes, I got it. That was a struggle just to get a button out. Stupid. Well, you cannot see anything. Well, you're gonna have to trust me, it's really nasty in there. So I'm just gonna spray some of that stuff in there. And hit it with some sandpaper to try and clean out the bore. I'm just gonna do a bunch of this. It's already looking better, but maybe most of it is actually the button. Hey. This was really nice. That's better. Now, button. Would you look at that? It's still not great. So I still think I'm gonna grind this a little bit. I think I got it. If I hold my finger where that rivet is missing, it is coming out again. I don't know how far in it goes, but there's a natural stop around there because of some of the grooves on the bottom. It moves, so I'm just gonna give it a rivet now. There. Now what? Perfect. So she is all back together again. Apart from all the tools scattered around, you cannot even see I've been there. So the stop button still moves. Feels good. So I'm gonna just clean up the table here and dump in some fresh fuel, and then we'll see if she'll fire again. And yeah, also if the throttle works, because I also fixed that. And of course the stop button. So we have fuel in the tank. The table is cleaned up. I'm just gonna drain it real quick. I mean, if we got air or something in the lines, I just want. Yeah, that's fine. So, choke. And if the throttle works, it's at sort of half throttle. Okay. How do you like that then? Start you. Let's take the choke off. The shut off doesn't work. How about the throttle? Yeah! That's nice. The throttle works. That's nice. So the shut off doesn't work. So the shut off didn't work, but after fighting around for way too long, my two brain cells finally crashed together, kapow, and started to go the same way around up in the dome here, and figured out, what if it's a bad connection? So you cannot see it. Yeah, you can. There. The tip of that metal spring, or what it is, I cleaned it, so it is not rusty anymore. And I do believe that we got it now. Can you see? Can you see the spark? Yeah, you can. And if I press the stop button, no spark. So finally my brain farted and figured out what the deal was. So this wire that I've been chasing for way too long, I'm a dumbass. That wire must be for the kill switch at the handlebars, if there was any. In this case there isn't, so we don't need it. I don't really know what that ground connection that was mounted here was for, but who cares. Let me just fast forward, get this together again, fire it up, check that it works, and if I can get permission from my wife, let it run for 5 minutes or something to warm up a little bit. I already had the diesel heater running for a couple of hours to heat it up a little bit in here, because I want to change the oil. So yeah, fingers crossed, I'm gonna put it back together one more time and hopefully it works. Let's see if it works. Choke. Now, it has been apart for a week now, so cold start, I don't know. Come on. You got it. Let's see. Now, finally it shuts off by the button, and I just discovered something. Now, I zip tied that kill wire that was hanging loose. I zip tied it to the other wires, but actually I saw this hole here, and that's actually a wire up there. So maybe one day, I don't know, if I can get one, maybe I will put the red handle here that you clamp. Yeah, we'll see. Now, I'm gonna let it run for 5 minutes or something, and then drain the oil. Will it start? No choke? Maybe that's too much to ask for. Yeah, it is. See you in 5 minutes. Yeah, well, it is sort of lukewarm. The kids are sleeping, so I cannot let it run for full send. So we'll go with this. I hope this is the drain. What else should it be? This is just as black as black gets. doesn't really feel that. It doesn't feel like there's any viscosity left, so I think this is a good thing. Yeah, I know it is. Look at the oil. So I just jacked the ass end up a little bit to get it sort of level. Was that it? Didn't seem that much. So, what does this, how do I read this oil stick? Should there just be oil on it somewhere between here and there? I don't know. So while that gets completely done draining, I'm just gonna give these a little squirt. Because in the next video we're gonna take the engine off to see what the deal is with that clutch. So I might as well give myself the best chance. I think it's those bolts you take off. How does it even look? There's a little bit of stripes going on, but that could also just be water or condensation or something. It's not too bad, it's just there's a lot of carbon in it, so let's give it some fresh stuff. Then we know that the oil is nice and fresh. Should I use the funnel? It doesn't look like it takes much oil. Where are we now? Half a liter? No. A quarter of a liter? And the oil is already right there. So just a little bit more. Let's see. It's right there at the last thread, so it will probably spill over once I put the oil plug in, or not. That's okay. Yeah, and the oil is right there, so. Yeah, well, I think I'm gonna end it here. I really didn't get as far as I wanted, but that's just how it goes. We knew the engine would run, and now we made it stop. In the next video, we will disassemble. We will take the engine apart from the gear case, from the gearbox. And I also think we will take, just before we separate the two, I think I'm gonna look into the carb, because when I was running it to warm up the oil, it was surging, hunting a little bit. So maybe we will take that apart in the next video and look at the clutch. So yeah, as always, if you have been watching, I'm very thankful. Please continue watching my videos and help me grow in that way. Bring your ideas, leave your comments. Do I do anything wrong? Do I do anything right? Not if you ask my wife. But anyways, thank you for watching. Let's take a look at that clutch the next time. Stay safe. Ta-ta.
So hit that subscribe, don't miss what's in store. Together we'll fix and we'll always want more.